What's going on, family? How we doing, man? I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend, man. For real, I hope everybody is ready to crush it this week. If you're ready to make some money with me and with our plays as a family, let me know in the comments, man. I want to hear about it. I want to hear that you guys are ready for this, man. I want to hear that you guys are ready to start trading, to take the bull by the horns and start making this money. You know, first I want to say, man, I want to start off with full disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I do in the market. Also, want to throw out there, I have so much love for you guys, man. For real, I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel every day. Thank you guys for being loyal supporters. I love y'all, man. And without further ado, let's get into our plays for the week. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so first we are going to be focusing on, I want to kind of get you guys some slow movers this week. I want you guys to take part in the trades, but like, I don't want to put you guys, I've been thinking about this a lot, man. And you know, I've been doing my research all weekend. I've been doing my chart work. I've been doing my due diligence. I've got everything charted out. I've got all my levels, and we're going to crush this week. But however, I wanted to give you guys some slower movers, some ones that, you know, you can that really react to the levels. You know, I wanted to give you something that is going to give you a lot of reward to a very little risk, you know. So for this week, I just wanted to kind of concentrate on that, concentrate on getting you guys these winners and, you know, stuff like that. So let's get right into it. My first play is going to be Apple, man. Apple, Apple is currently sitting at 234.07 at the time of this video. If Apple can get above and hold 234, my first price target to the upside is going to be 138. 138.50, give or take. So if Apple can get above and hold 234.60 tomorrow, I'm looking for this thing to run right up to 238. Nice $4 move. Get in and out, make your money, bounce. If it wants to continue running, the next level I got is 240. So get busy within that level. If it decides to hit 234.60, right, and starts to get rejected, we're going to play puts, right? We're going to play puts right down to price target number 1 for the downside is going to be 230. So that's another $4 range that you can get busy with on the puts, and a nice $4 to $6 move on the upside. Now, if we start to break below 230, okay, below 230, I say it's an easy short right down to 226. So if you see Apple open up tomorrow, you know, hover around this 234.60 level and then start to have hesitation, can't get above it, boom, first price target to the downside is going to be 230. If 230 doesn't hold, boom, 226. To the upside, again, 230 above and hold 234.60. We're looking for 238 and then ultimately 240. So get busy with that level. The next one I got for this week is going to be Microsoft. All right, Microsoft is currently sitting at 509.90 at the time of this video. Now, it went up on Friday, broke through a resistance level of 510, went up, pushed through it, and then came back down, retested the level. This is a textbook, if I've ever seen one, break and retest. It broke the level, retested it, and is now just sitting right above it. So if we see 510 start to hold tomorrow, this thing is pretty illiquid, right back into 517. So that's a $7 range to the upside that this thing can get busy with. All right. Now, if it starts to break below and hold below 510, 509.90. Boom, you can see this thing drop right to 503, 502. So again, if this then that, right? If this then that strategy, guys. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? If this then that. So if it breaks above our current level, our key level right here, boom, we're getting in, we're riding calls to the upside to our first price target. And then same thing for the downside. If it starts to get rejected at 510, 509.90, if it starts to get rejected from this level, boom, we're riding puts, we're getting in on puts, we're riding it down to 503. Very simple, don't overcomplicate it. Get in, get out, make your money, bounce, see you later. Okay? This is a nice little opportunity setting up here. So, and then I'll give you 2 price targets for that one. Above 517, so above 510, 517. Above 517, we got 525. All right? And then below 509, 510, we're looking at 503, and then ultimately 500 for the downside. Okay? It's in a really nice pivot position right now. So it's going to be easy to trade. This one right here should be a banger for you guys. Like, this should be an easy trade. Okay, simple, man. If it starts to break above 510, boom, we ride this thing to at least 515, but ultimately 517, 518, and then above that we got 525, 526. But below 510, boom, 503 to 500. Okay, very simple. This one should be a banger. Get in, get out, make your money. The next one I got is AVGO. Okay, this is another one. This is our third play for the week that we are going to crush and dominate these 3 stocks. Now, if anything changes within the week with these stocks, you know, if it starts to become choppy or, you know, whatever, I will come on and let you guys know, like, hey, just like we did with Meta last week, you know, hey guys, it's very choppy, we're not trading it, back off of it for now, we're gonna wait until this thing starts to break. Okay, so AVGO is currently sitting at 359.87 at the time of this video. Okay, it is sitting above a nice key level right now of 559. 359. If it holds this 359, it's an easy long right back up into 371. If it starts to get rejected and cannot hold 359, it's coming right back down, another illiquid zone to the downside, right back to 351. So 359 to 351, and then to the upside, we got 359 to 370, 371. All right. So pretty much a $10 range within each direction that we can get busy with and make this money with. Now, for the downside, underneath 351, it is an easy short, and another easy short right down to 340. And then for the upside, above 370, it's back into price discovery. Back into price discovery and continuing to make new all-time highs. But be careful at all-time highs, all right? I don't really like to get too involved with buying shit at all-time highs, because you never know when the rug will get pulled. So it's very important to manage your risk and be careful at all-time highs. Okay, be very careful, be diligent. You know, I mean, it could rip way higher or it could come back, like, you know, you never know. So just be aware, be alert. And you know, where I would start to buy longs at is above 360, above this level right here. You know, it's going right back to 371, which is all-time highs, and then above 371 it's new all-time highs. What are you doing over there, bro? You good? Dog's acting all crazy. Anyway, so yeah, those are our 3 plays, man. Those are our 3 stocks that we're gonna dominate this week and crush the levels that we have in front of us. And we're going to do it day by day, day after day. We're going to make this money. We're going to make our month's salary with these 3 stocks right here. You get me? Now, some other ones that I want to put on your radar, just so you're aware, just so if you wanted to get into something else that, maybe you didn't like those ones, maybe, you don't have enough money, whatever the case might be, this is another one for y'all. Another banger, Palantir. This is one of our plays from last week, okay? Now, Palantir is currently sitting at 171. If it gets above and keeps holding 170, it's an easy long. Easy buy calls, easy right up to 174, okay? That's another $4 move to the upside. If it starts to break above 174, an easy long right into 177. All right, easy money. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't be wishy-washy with your trades, right? I mean, it's very clear cut and simple. If it gets above this level, we buy calls, we ride it to the next level. Boom. If it gets below 170, easy short right down to 165. Ultimately 164, that main level that we were holding last week, that wound up, as a launching pad for it to continue to go higher, right? So I don't see it breaking below 164, but if it does break below 164, then we got 160 right underneath that. All right, so get busy within those levels. It's a banger right here. It's going to print. Another one I want to keep on your guys' radar is Coinbase. Again, man, I talked about this one last week, but it is now sitting at the point of resistance where if it starts to break out, this thing could have a wild move to the upside, okay? So be looking out for this one. Above 324, easy long into 335, and then ultimately 350. Be looking out for that one. Okay, CrowdStrike. I want to put this one on your guys' radar. Ticker symbol CRWD. It is currently sitting at 436.10 at the time of this video. Okay, CrowdStrike is starting to make a comeback. Cloud names are starting to make a comeback. It was down, but now it's starting to bounce back up. It's starting to hold key levels again. So now we can get busy and start to trade this thing again. All right. So if this continues to hold 435, easy long buy calls right up to 442, and then above 42, another easy long right back into 451. Okay, don't overcomplicate it. Above our level, we buy calls. Below our level, we buy puts, and we ride it to our next level. Boom. So price target number 1 is going to be 442 to the upside. Price target number 2 is going to be 451 to the upside. If it starts to break below 435, easy short right back into 422. Okay, 422 to the downside, and we got 442 and then 451 for our upside targets. Don't overcomplicate it. Stay disciplined, be diligent, be smart, manage your risk, use a stop loss. All right, very, very, very important. Use a stop loss. Another one I'm going to put on your radar, Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. Okay, it's currently sitting at 228.15 at the time of this video. Sitting in between a range. I don't really like it. I would really like to see Amazon come back to test 227. If it comes back and tests 227 and it holds 227, easy long right back up into 228 to 230. Okay, above 230, this thing is cooking, going right back up to 232, and then back into all-time highs. All right, below 227, below 227, if it starts to get rejected and cannot hold 227, easy short. Okay, easy short. It's going to happen quick, right down to 224. All right, so that is pretty much a $4 move in either direction that you can play this thing, get in, get out, make your money. Don't buy weekly options. Buy something at least a couple weeks to a few weeks out at least. You know, give yourself some time. You don't want to be, you know, chasing that profit and you only got a week. I know we're in and out with our plays. I know that. And if you can only afford weeklies, that's okay. But you really, really, really got to hone it in, man. You got to hone it in. You got to be disciplined. And you got to see profit, take profit when you have any, okay? Very important. Very important. I'm going to keep drilling that in you guys. I'm going to keep, you know, hitting that one home because it's important, man. And it's so important, okay? ARM, if it continues to hold 149, if it continues to hold 149, I'm looking 152, ultimately back into 160. If it starts to get rejected from 149, easy short right down to 143. Okay, that's our levels for that. I'm not going to go any deeper on that. That's our levels. I'm not going to get too deep on this one. It's kind of sitting in a weird spot, but ultimately I like it. Looks good. It's holding up. So that's what we're going to do there. All right. Now I'm going to bring two back from last week, which was Tesla and Meta. I'm going to bring those two back for you. Tesla, like I said on Friday's video, Tesla's going to hit 400. It's just imminent. It's going to be a magnet. You know, it's just going to pull it up to 400. It's going to want to test it. It's probably going to test it tonight in the after hours or in the pre-market tomorrow. I say it's probably going to hit 400. If it gets above and holds 400, first price target is 406, and then we got 411, okay? Price target number 2, 411. So if it gets above and holds 400 and just wants to keep running like a monster, we grab calls, we ride it to 406, and then 411, all right? Below, if it starts to get below 393, okay? Below 393, easy short right to 376. Those are our levels for that. I'm not going to get too overzealous on that. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. Very simple, man. If it holds this level, boom, we buy calls. If it does this, boom, we buy puts. Okay, very simple. You get it? You get me? You get me? All right, Meta. If this thing ever breaks out of the damn range that we're not trading Meta, okay? We're not trading Meta right now. If it ever gets out of this range, it looks nice, okay? But we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait on Meta. I'm gonna give you a couple price targets. So if this happens, then we do this. If that happens, then we do that, okay? So if it ever gets above 365, it is an easy long, okay? Which long means we buy calls to 773. So 365, 366 to 773. Very easy. I'm not touching it until it gets above 765, 766. If it gets above here, boom, we can get back in it, ride the calls. If it starts to get below 746, easy short right to 742, and then ultimately another easy short right down to 735. All right, so those are our levels for that. Get busy within those levels. Like I said, we're not touching Meta until it either breaks above that 765, 766, or below 742. Okay, 746, whatever. What else I got for you? Oracle, I'm kind of just going to leave this one alone for now, I think. I told you, this is what we're going to do with Oracle, man. If it starts to get below 290, we're riding puts to 280, 275. If it starts to bounce from this 290, 292 level, it's going to go back to 300, ultimately 306, back to 312, I'm not touching this thing until it gets above 312. If it gets above 312 again, then, you know, there's some good possibilities for this thing to keep going up. But if it breaks below 290, I'm looking to ride puts right to 280. Simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overstay your welcome. All right, guys. That is it for the day, man. That is it. Let's get ready to get busy with these stocks. Let's get ready to dominate. Let's get ready to crush. Let's make some money tomorrow. Remember, guys, remember, be smart, be diligent, be disciplined, have a trading plan. Go into your day refreshed, right? Don't go into the market stressed out, you know, upset, overwhelmed. Relax, man, relax, all right? Relax. It's not that deep. It's not that complicated. If it's, we play the levels. Remember that. We always play the levels. No matter what the market is doing on a day-to-day, we play the levels that are in front of us, okay? And you always play the trend. Play the trend, man. The trend is your friend, okay? So those are our levels, man. Let's get ready to dominate. Let's get ready to crush this week. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in and liking my videos. And until tomorrow, I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. Peace.